sector in the different sections. And so I thought that would be hopefully some value. So, first, we're a Copilot, not a Chat GPT company. We use Copilot to keep it within our own Office 365 environment. So we know it's not going out in the internet. We know it's staying. For leasing, we use a lease AI, which is artificial intelligence, which is now helping us on lease renewals, on delinquencies, on maintenance service requests. We use another one for virtual leasing assistant called LeaseHawk. Tenant screening. I know we have somebody here who was in the last group that I heard. Tenant screening, I think, is going to change the way that we as owner-operators are going to be able to minimize fraud to almost zero when somebody comes in and tries to give you a fake check, fake ID, anything. I mean, these things are changing the way we're operating. Parking and storage, right? You've got AI now being applied to, if you have open spaces, being able to rent it out or being able to store something and generating revenue through that. Yardi is coming out with their Virtuoso, which is their generative AI assistant. You're being able, instead of going in and writing reports and doing stuff, you're just going to ask for it, right? And Virtuoso is going to be able to give you what you need. Smart AP, being able to scan an item in, and a toilet is a toilet that comes from Home Depot, and that always gets coded to the same GL code. Your property manager's not going to have to do that. Your AP person's not going to have to do that. You're going to scan it and go. Marketing IQ Genius, the new CRM property, the programs coming out, Yardi, Funnel, RealPage, CRMs, the way we talk with our tenants from now on. Financial analysis, companies like a Marker, through acquisitions, dispositions, all the market data that's using artificial intelligence to be able to help your acquisitions teams and all that data. So, sorry, I was a little long-winded, but the question from that is, what part of your operations now are you applying it in as AI becomes more prominent?
Marketing, definitely, like Reed said, we used to have outsourced company in the Ukraine who did all of our pitch books when we're pitching to our investors. 100% of that is done by AI now internally, so that's saving whatever dollars there. The investor reporting that I mentioned to you, the accounting, asset manager that I talked about, the pitch books, 100%, and review for analysis, and then 100% of our research on everything we do is done through AI.
Scott?
Yeah, I think we're sort of obviously we're going to use AI wherever we can to increase operational efficiencies. So when you think about it from a simplistic, I'm in the security deposit management business, so we'll look at the ledger and then we'll look at a statement and we'll have AI compare the two and say, do they match? And if they do, we'll process a refund. And if they don't, it gets flagged and pushed to a human to figure out what the cause was and do an error correction. And then we fix those. So that's just one detailed example. We're using it wherever we can. So today it's being used as an analyzing tool to do comparisons, but it's very quickly moving into predictive space, which is where we're going as well, to go what issues are going to come up, what payment issues are going to come up. I've got to get a refund. How do I reduce, to our friends in accounting, escheatment or unclaimed property? What do I do to get ahead of that? What are my predictive pieces? So there's different pieces that we use internally, but we're mapping everything we can. And I would have to say, you need to look at AI and go, is this an AI thing that I need to look for, or is this just a algorithm that I can put in place, right? If it's just true false, I can do it. I can compare a spreadsheet, great. If it's more complicated and needs more predictive, AI is just a robot, right, that tries to mimic human communication. So if you can use that sort of thought, you can figure out what you can do and what